Hey guys, and welcome to The Rock Diary part 6 today, actually. And I call it Back to Reality. So, if you remember this whole story, this whole really heavy story of mine, and the great breakthrough that I had, the enlightenment that I had from this course that I've been doing, and where I've actually been seeing that my life wasn't going into a very good direction. Yeah, there was this course, there was this enlightenment, there was this coming back home, coming back to myself again. And then there was this time after the course where I thought I could handle, doing everything at once. Well, there's one big problem that I have is as soon as I found out that I can't do something anymore or that something is not good, I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. So there is no way of gradually making a slow plan, but I want it all. I want everything, and this is something that I'm still learning. And this way really taught me this, that it's really important to get back to your basics, to take care of yourself, and not running faster than you're actually able to. So I told you about this whole health change and about the illness that came with it, and the year of the year of or the half year of kind of being sick, kind of being alone because I didn't have anyone anymore. So and then I've told you about this huge push that I felt of paying off my debts and working a lot. Yeah, but at the same time, this year was something like a real big deal of self-pity. So usually people say, wow, this changed my life and everything's so good now. No, it's a longer journey. It doesn't need to be a longer journey, but when you when you're so stuck into some certain patterns, then one course is not enough. I mean, you always have to repeat working on yourself and keep on working on yourself, and this is something that I totally didn't do. So I came back from the course. I knew what I learned at the course, and I tried to, work my list off, work my to-do list off of everything that I felt in this course. I didn't use my feeling, but I took this paper home, and I came back to be another person again. And this person, of course, was really frustrated after a while because it felt like everything has been taken away from me. My friends, I mean, meeting or having a boyfriend or dating guys, that was just a very big part of my life, and I just took that away from myself, and I didn't give anything back in return to myself. Quitting smoking, quitting drugs, quitting alcohol, it was all kind of I just pushed it all away. And after my illness, I felt really great that my body actually survived this whole illness and that I felt so good again. I got my job back and everything, but still I knew life couldn't go on the way it was before, but I still didn't know what to do exactly with my life. I just knew that I wanted to leave Germany, and this is something, it's not always good to make a decision based on what you don't want anymore, but sometimes it's good to make a decision by what you want. So this year, it was pretty hard. It was self-pity. The next thing that I found out was that the Rebecca that lived this unhealthy lifestyle, she in a way, she really liked herself because she had those goals, and the goal was to every weekend go out, listen to the music that she likes. dance the way she wants to, um, and doing just whatever the fuck comes into her mind at this moment, not taking care of finances, not taking care of. It was just, in a way, it was a really easy life. I was fleeing reality, and reality didn't hit me back very often. But I mean, the last couple of years, I had depression, so this was my way to show myself that this was the wrong way. But except of these couple of depressions, the life in between, it was just really easy and great. And yeah, so, and I had the feeling that by realizing that I've been lying to myself in so many ways, that I started to dislike myself. I think it was for about a year. So I really, for the first time in my life, I really thought, hey, you've been your whole life, you've been wrong, and I didn't like myself anymore. And back then was the time when I tried to do a diary like this, and I think I did 1 or 2 episodes. You could see it on my YouTube. But afterwards, I was so afraid of what people might think, and when you don't like yourself, you shouldn't do videos like this. Cause yeah, I didn't even get critique, but I when I watched myself back, I thought, oh my god, and I so didn't like it. So I stopped this idea as well. And singing, I thought, I'm not good enough, I can't do that. So my only goal was actually to go to leave Germany. But I had so much debt, and I knew it would take a couple of years, and I had a job that I didn't like so much anymore, and I couldn't stand behind it anymore with my principles and my morals. Principles and morals. Yeah, this changes, okay. But my view on life just didn't fit my job anymore. Yeah. Um, then the next very, very frustrating thing was, I mean, I told you that I, in this year, at some point decided that maybe it's not bad to do drugs every now and then, every couple of months, or yeah, I started drinking again. It sounds also heavy. I wasn't a daily drinker, but I started drinking in the weekends again, just like the normal people do. Yeah. I started smoking like wow. I turned into a total chain smoker, and it was like I went totally against all the decisions that I made in the beginning of the year. But I couldn't help myself, because this was my life, and this was the thing that actually was the most fun about my life. So if you don't have anything to replace it, then it's really hard to let it go, and to keep letting it go. So I thought, well, every now and then it's not so bad. And then I found out something really, really frustrating. Um, so my rule was just every couple of weeks. Yeah, I was going wild. Yeah, and with going wild, I meant putting bad things into my body. um, and I found out that when I didn't do, for example, when I went somewhere and I didn't drink because I was driving, and I didn't do any drugs, and I was on a festival, I found out that I didn't like it so much anymore. And that was something that was really, really shocking to me. So I found out that, the music, the atmosphere, actually the music needs to really be my music, so I can totally let go if I'm not drinking or doing drugs. And that really shocked me, because I was always thinking that that music was my first love, not the drugs or the alcohol. And I always thought that I was just supporting myself, with the drugs, being awake, and I was just keeping myself up so I could party 2 or 3 nights. But I found out when I'm going to parties by myself, and I'm very often going by myself because I couldn't find people who like the same music as I do, that actually when I stopped, I felt like I was alone, and I got a little paranoid, and I thought people were watching at me, and people were thinking, why is she alone? Why is she by herself? What does a girl like that do on her own here? I couldn't dance anymore because I felt so watched, and I felt really, really bad, and this frustrated me so much. So I thought, am I really such an addict that I can't go out without it anymore? And it was just a very bad start of a process that now totally changed again, luckily. But it was just reality hit me straight in the face, and then I thought, hey, what's it supposed to, what should I do now, you know? So yeah, so all of this, and then the only times I was looking forward to was when I could go wild in the weekend again, because then I could finally be myself again and be my happy self. Yeah. um, and then I started dating again, and as I told you in one of the last videos, I found out that it's really not any good for me to just date some guys, you know. But I started it again because I thought, well, at least you're not taking anything then. um, and ended up in a relationship that was really not good for me again, and then had one more depression. Before, I was in a kind of depression. Before this course, I was in a depressive mood for 2 or 3 years, I think. Every now and then, every now and yeah, every couple of weeks or every couple of months. And then I had 1 year break, and I worked myself back into this state again. And then I had the worst depression ever, and I had to quit working for a while, for a couple of weeks. Um, I had to. My parents, they actually took me on a holiday just to get away from it all, and I joined another course. And here you can see that you can join as many courses as you want to. If you are not changing, then nothing's gonna change. Because I went on this course, and I mean, immediately after, I was so depressed that I thought I couldn't actually take part at the course. Yeah. So when I came there, of course, everything was better again. The depressive feeling was gone, and when I left it, it was gone. But I still wasn't open enough to receive or to think about what I want to do with my life. And yeah, I didn't have any concrete plans, or I didn't know. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I did know what I wanted, but there was no, for me, there was no reachable goal inside. So I went back, and I was wondering, and I was getting really frustrated, and I thought, hey, I'm doing these courses, I'm working so much on myself, and um, so what should I actually do to you know to I didn't know what to do anymore. And again, I forgot to do the exercises that I learned there, and I was still thinking, what should I do on the outside, and I didn't really yeah, didn't really change so much anymore. So the only big change I did was after the first one. I changed everything I did and told everyone my opinion, but I, on the inside, still didn't change so much. And then it happened that one day I woke up and I couldn't move. I couldn't move anymore at all. I was in my bed, couldn't stand up, and I knew I had to work, and I couldn't get up. I couldn't get out of my bed. And then I called everyone and I said, I'm sick. And then I stayed sick for like 2 weeks and went to different doctors. Oh, I see, it's time already. So yeah, next week we're gonna go on. So we're talking about this last year now, and yeah, I hope you still enjoy it, and I hope you're not bored by my story. and I would really like you to comment if you like it or what your opinions are, and if you've got any questions, then please let me know. Oh, and I'm really excited because now there's gonna be the first German rock diary, yeah, at 8:30. Okay, see you next week, 8 o'clock, and tomorrow is gonna be the last day of my workshop, 6 o'clock, day number 4 of what you really can do to make this world a better place. Tomorrow at 8 I'm gonna sing a song for you, as always, as every week, and yeah, see you then, bye.